Hey, what's up? This your boy Big Man. You already know what it is, man. So let's get right to it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about Spotemgottem. Now, Spotemgottem is a Jacksonville MC or rapper, however you want to chop it up. And dude ran into a little situation last week, man. Going into the weekend, he was in a shooting situation that was very serious. A lot of people were pulling for Spotemgottem's life. Nobody knew where this thing was going, but eventually it seemed like he pulled through and things are doing better for him, man. Now, there's been several updates about this story that were released early this morning. So I wanted to talk about one of the stories that was published by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, and it talks in detail about what really happened with Spotemgottem last week and how he's doing right now and what's going on in the foreseeable future. So do me a favor, make sure you hit that like button, make sure you hit that subscribe button, and man, let's get it. Okay, now that we got that out of the way, man, let's talk about this whole Spotemgottem situation for real. Now, the story that I'm referencing is from the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, as mentioned previously, but man, the headline says this. It says, update. Rapper Spotemgottem expected to make full recovery after shooting. Now, that should be good news. That should make everybody happy, and that's probably going to have his fans definitely happy, right? Well, the story continues by saying this. It starts off, it says, Spotemgottem is expected to make a full recovery after being shot 5 times last Friday in what police described as a road rage incident. Now, some of you might be scratching your head trying to figure out what a road rage incident really is, man. Well, the easiest way to put this is when 2 separate vehicles get into some form of altercation based on the conditions of the road or driving or traffic or one of those factors, you know what I mean? But this is also being considered a drive-by, man. So let's also continue with the story. The story says, the 19-year-old rapper, whose real name is Nehemiah Lamar Harden, remains hospitalized after being wounded in his legs early Friday as he was riding in a Dodge Charger on Interstate 95 in Miami. According to the Miami Herald, which cited the Florida Highway Patrol. And since this incident took place on the highway, man, or on the interstate, man, the Highway Patrol in Florida is probably the first responders to the scene or to the situation. And it looks like, man, they're the ones who gave the information to the Miami Herald, allegedly, and that's where the story really started to take off and people were wondering about this situation, right? So the story continues by saying this. It says, his condition had been upgraded from critical to stable after emergency surgery the same day. So basically, on Friday, when he was shot, he was upgraded that same day. People were like, okay, he's not in critical condition. But most of the stories, even the story yours truly put out, man, it said that he was in critical condition because, man, that's the reports that were out there. That was the word that was out on the wire. And a lot of people were saying that he got shot 5 times. So that just doesn't look good. You know what I mean? Now, the story says in quotations, he is in stable condition, said the rapper's attorney, Raven Liberty, according to the Herald. Now, after news of the shooting fanned out over social media, Friday rumors began to circulate that the rapper had been killed, but Harden's lawyer has since put to rest any speculation about his survival. So basically, Spotemgottem's attorney is out there making sure people aren't reporting anything false about him getting killed or anything wild like that. You know what I mean? Because number one, you don't want to put that bad juju out there. And number 2, man, you don't want to have any type of rumors hanging out there that's going to mess with his career so far. You know, maybe mess up some bookings that he has in the future and all that. You know, you got to think about the money. Okay, now the story continues by saying this in quotes. It says, he is alive, most importantly, Liberty told the Herald, emphasizing that Harden did nothing to provoke the attack. In quotations, it says, this was not a shootout. He was a victim of a drive-by shooting, she said. So his attorney is putting it out there that Spotemgottem didn't do anything wrong. He was a victim in this situation. It was all gunshots going in, none going out, basically. You know, it wasn't a shootout or anything like that. This was obviously somebody he might not even have known. This might have been a legit road rage incident where somebody pulled up, didn't like how close they were driving to him, or, you know, might have got nudged in some traffic or anything, man. And regardless, man, the story goes on to say this, though. The shooting remains under investigation. So they're still checking those cameras. We remember from the Mo 3 situation, you know, those highway cameras, they come out grainy and all that, but you end up starting to get, you know, a picture of what the person was driving, the license plate number, everything, man. You know, it's cameras everywhere these days, and you got to remember that. You know what I mean? Now, the story also says that TMZ was the first to report that the incident was the result of an apparent road rage attack after the rapper left his recording studio in Miami. Now, the fact that Spotemgottem was leaving the studio, man, that makes this even worse. You know what I mean? He's basically trying to get work done, making sure that he stays hot in these streets, working on some new music. And for some reason, those are the hours these things take place a lot, man. When rappers are leaving the studio, a lot of times, man, in the past year and a half or the past 2 years, the stories I've noticed, man, a lot of dudes, man, that's when a lot of bad stuff happens, you know, different types of altercations, all of that. The second to that being, you know, obviously the nightclub or at a show, right? Now, it also says that gunfire erupted about 3 a.m. See, that's the times I be talking about right there, 3 a.m. So gunfire erupted 3 a.m. on Friday on the southbound stretch of I-95, according to Florida Highway Patrol. At least 22 shots were fired from an automatic weapon at the driver's side of Harden's vehicle, reportedly being driven by an associate who was also hit in the hip. So basically, whoever it was that rode up on them, they went specifically to Spotemgottem's side of the car and unloaded 22 shots. Now, I'm not a bet man at all. I'm not a gambler. But I would bet to say that, man, maybe this dude did know Spotemgottem or had some type of ill towards him or somebody else in the car, as opposed to this being a random situation. Now, I can't say that's facts, and I don't know that for sure. This could just be a wild situation where a shooter started shooting at them or whatever, right? But, man, it's odd that they went straight to Spotemgottem's side of the car and started to air it out. You know what I mean? Now, the story also says this. The wounded men pulled over and called police, and both were taken to a nearby hospital. So they just stopped right there, pulled over, and called the police. Let it be known, like, hey, man, we're innocent in this situation. And that's probably made it easier for the police to deduce that, hey, man, these cats were obviously the victims of somebody rolling up and shooting on them. And for somebody to be firing 22 times, they're definitely trying to air the place out. And they said they had an automatic weapon. So, I mean, that's easier to do, obviously, with that type of weapon. Like I said before, I am no gun dude, so I don't know. But just common sense would say that one squeeze of the trigger with that automatic is going to let off a lot more shots. So 22 shots sounds a lot, especially when we hear mostly of pistols and stuff like that. But if this dude had a fully automatic, it was just, you know, wild to say the least, man. This is horrible, man. I'm gonna keep it real. I'm going to keep it real, man. Now, it finishes by saying these things. It says, as of Monday, the shooter has not been identified and remains at large. The lieutenant who was in charge of the investigation, he told the Herald, adding that investigators had no information about the suspect's vehicle. At some point, they're probably going to figure out something about the vehicle, but right now they have no information about the suspect's vehicle. So I've seen some video clips out there floating around. I'm not sure where people are saying they got that or whatever, but according to these reports, there is no information on the vehicle at this time. Now, it also says that Camacho urged everyone, now that's the investigator in charge, right? The police officer in charge, he said that anyone with information about the shooting to contact the Florida Highway Patrol. Spotemgottem became an instant sensation last year with the release of his hit single Beatbox, which peaked at number 12 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart as first going viral on TikTok because of the Junebug challenge. So they're talking about the fact that Spotemgottem blew up off the Beatbox and the Beatbox 2. And, man, the Beatbox 2 is when I really keyed in, man, when he did the version with Pooh Shiesty. That's when I really tuned in on it, man. But obviously, man, he went to number 12 on the Hot 100. I'm not sure if he got a platinum plaque or whatever so far, but I'm pretty sure it's up there. I heard a rumor or heard from an interview that it went 3 times platinum, but don't hold me to that. Don't hold me to that. But, man, for him to chart that high is him doing really good. You know what I mean? So hopefully he can continue his career and put this behind him. But obviously, man, they got to find a way to avoid these situations in the future. But based on this report, there wasn't anything that Spotemgottem did wrong. There was nothing he could have did to prevent this besides leaving the studio at a late time at night, man. I don't know. Maybe rappers need to switch up the time that they hit in the studio, but it just doesn't. Sometimes the studio's a vibe. There's a lot going on. There's different moods and stuff, and the whole nighttime party vibe helps for the studio process for a lot of people, you know? Now it says also, and this is the last point, it says that Spotemgottem will be 20 years old on October 19th. So this is an extremely young dude, man. Spotemgottem is really early in this rap game, and hopefully he can keep his nose clean from this point on out. And hopefully, man, he can stay out of these type of situations. But we're glad that he's healthy. You know what I mean? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And hold up, man. Hold up. What do you guys think about all this information that just came out? Do you think there's anything that Spotemgottem could have did to prevent any of this? Or do you feel this is just a hip-hop culture that we have today and it is what it is? Or, man, anybody is susceptible to some road rage incident or somebody going wild on the road. You know what I mean? Now, with that, this has been your boy Big Man. Do me a favor. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And make sure you hit that notification bell so that way you get a notification every time I drop this hot content. And we out of here. Peace.